Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, The Crafty Closet. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to use sublimation tumblers as a newbie. So for this project, you're going to need some blank sublimation tumblers. Now I am using the Hippo brand sublimation skinny tumblers. These are the 20-ounce tumblers. And you're going to have to make sure that they are sublimation brand. Sometimes people buy the wrong ones, but this is the Hippo brand. And I already used their sublimation ink, so I'm already feeling good about their tumblers. We're going to see. Then next you're going to need your tumbler press. Now this is the EasyDIY tumbler press. I got this off of Amazon. I'm going to give y'all more details as we go along in this video. But it's a really cool tumbler press, cheap, inexpensive, and it's great to try to figure out if, this is what you want to get into. Then you're going to need some sublimation paper. We're using the HTV sublimation paper. Now, I normally use A-Sub, but I'm going to try out the HTV sublimation paper and see what it gives. We'll see. Then you're going to need some heat-resistant gloves. These actually came with my tumbler, so that was a plus. And then some heat-resistant tape. This actually came with my tumblers. That's a double plus. Some fabric measuring tape, because I'm going to show you guys how to actually measure out your own tumblers in case you want to try to do your own templates. And then you can't do any of this without your sublimation printer. So this is the Epson Ecotank 2803, and this is what we're going to be printing out our sublimation image on for our tumbler. Now, you got a tumbler sitting in the box, a little intimidated, don't know what to do, but you think you want to try it, then you know what you got to do. You got to stick around. Now, let's get into the good stuff, y'all. So before we get into our tumbler press, let's get into our tumblers. So this is the Hippo brand 20-ounce skinny sublimation tumblers. And now let me show you guys why this is so, this little kit, this little box that I got from Amazon, and all the links will be in the description, is going to be so cute. So you get 4 in here. I'm going to link it again. And now it comes already, each tumbler comes in their own little box. Look at that. So if you wanted to give it away as a gift, you don't even have to make a tumbler box. It comes with the box. It also comes with your little metal straw and a little brush. So you can make this a whole little gift by yourself. Now, let's go ahead and open it up. And once we open it, let's see what it's given. So we got, this is this 20-ounce skinny sublimation tumbler. And it comes in a little plastic. So again, you can put everything in the plastic, wrap it up, and be like, hi, here you go. Happy birthday. Congratulations. However you want to use it. This is a 20-ounce skinny sublimation tumbler. And again, I told you guys, I'm already feeling good about it because I already use Hippo's brand of sublimation ink. Have never had any problems with it. So we're going to see if the tumblers do it justice the same. And on top of all of that I just showed y'all, check this out. So now when you open the tumbler inside, it comes with this little rubber bottom. So now you have a little rubber bottom that you can stick on your tumbler, and you like good to go. Y'all see that? That is so cool, right? So yes, you got a whole all-in-one gift you don't have to worry about. So since we're going to be using the tumbler, we're going to take the little rubber out, and I'll put it to the side so we don't lose it. And now we got our tumbler together, right? So let's go ahead and put you back and close it, because I just showed you guys the actual tumbler. So let's move that over there. And now we're going to get into our tumbler press. So put you here for now. So this is the EasyDIY the EasyDIY tumbler press, and I got this off of Amazon. It was really cheap. It was only about less than $100. Okay, it was less than $100, y'all. Link will also be there. And this is good, and it's great for beginners. I like this one because I already have a real cant mug press. similar to, it's the same exact design. You put it in, you use these clamps to keep it tight, and then you turn the knobs to keep that pressure going. So I figured I'm not gonna go ahead and invest in, you know, one of the more expensive auto presses because I don't do tumblers enough. And for me, if it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. So no sense in me investing that much money into something that I use just as a hobby. But if you are really heavy into tumblers and you have some type of some type of sublimation press like this, Tumbler Press, and you want to step your game up a notch, then those probably will be good for you. But right now, this is what we're doing. This is tumblers for beginners. So this is what we're going to be doing. Now, I've been doing my tumblers on my mug press. So, yeah, it's been a little, you know, because I do them here and there, not too much. If someone asks me to do a tumbler for them, then I'll just do it because, it's, again, I don't do anything for profit. So it's just a labor of love. Here you go. Happy birthday. Merry Christmas. Everything in between. So this, again, is the EasyDIY Tumbler Press. Now, this one is cool because, one, it comes with the gloves. I told you guys you need these heat resistant gloves because this type of tumbler press, because you don't get a complete tight seal on it, you're gonna have to rotate it. So what that means is whatever the recommended press instructions are for your tumbler, you're going to go ahead and rotate it halfway through. So this is recommended for, let's see, it's going to give you a recommendation of 180 seconds. That means 90 seconds through. 90 seconds in, we're going to rotate it, turn it 90 degrees, and make sure we get a full press on our tumbler. Now, this press, besides coming with these heat-resistant gloves, it comes with really good, easy-to-follow instructions. They were really simple. And then it comes with some extra fuses. I guess if you blow something in here, you can change the fuse. It also came with heat-resistant tape. You're going to need this tape because you're going to have to tape down your tumbler. And now, we said we were going to use the HTV Runt sublimation paper. I'm going to see what this gives. I used it once already for a shirt, and I liked it. So I said, you know, let's see how it works on the tumbler. If so, this is going to be our next, you know, go-to as far as, you know what, let's go ahead and use this sublimation paper as opposed to the other one I've always used for sublimation printing. And lastly, you're going to have your fabric measuring tape. Now, as a beginner, you probably are wondering, how did it get the template sizes? I'm confused. So the way to get a template size is you're going to take your tumbler and then you're going to measure the tumbler around the circumference. So you're going to measure it first this way. And whatever you get this way is going to be your width. So your width is going to be about 9.3. And then your length is going to be, make sure you take off the top. Your length is going to be whatever you get on your fabric measuring tape, and this is giving me 8. So if you want a full, like, complete wrap, then you're going to do, I would say 8.1. So that's how you measure your tumblers to try to, after you get comfortable with it, make your own, you know, templates, right? Why are you buying them when you can make it yourself? And then I'll tell you what you need to work with. I know I have a space of 9 by 3 by 8. And then fill it in however you want. So now that we have our how to measure your tumbler lesson done, I'm going to show you guys this tumbler. Now, this is a Make Market tumbler. This is really cute, right? Now, you have to be okay with and comfortable with possibly throwing away a little bit of money when it comes to tumblers, because your first few are not going to be what you want, but as time goes on and you keep working at it, you'll be, you know, good at it. So as long as you're okay with wasting tumblers, because they're not cheap, but this one was on sale for like $6, and I use this as, again, my practice to, you know, get it right. Now, this one, I'll tell you 2 things about it. You probably can't really tell on here, but it got a really decent press on the front. But this is what you call a tight seam tumbler. So that means like when you use an image that's a tight seam, meaning it continues, it's supposed to be just a full wraparound, it'll be a little difficult. So I don't know if you guys can see it, but there is a seam line here, and that's the thing you don't want. You want your tumbler to have a continuous flow. So I'm not too good at the seam part yet, and this is why we get to my next point. My next point is going to be, when it comes to your images, when you're starting out, try to start out with a tumbler image that is not seamy. So that means it doesn't have a continuous flow. And try to start with something that has like a complete white background. Now, I'm going to show you guys what I mean by that. So this is the image we're going to be pressing. Yes, y'all, we're doing a little Louis Vuitton. Now, I got this image off of a website called InspireUplift. It's like a hodgepodge. I like to call it like a ratatouille type of website. You can buy any and everything on there, images, all kinds of things. So this is a Tumbler template image from InspireUplift. Of course, I'm going to link it. And they're not really that expensive, so it was okay. And I've used their images before. It's the same as in like the Etsy's and all of those things, those companies. You just put your images on there, people buy them or they don't. So now, this image is what we're using. And when I say you want a not so filled, seamless image, this is what I mean. So to get an idea of what your press will probably look like, you can do it on the outside, right? So this is our tumbler on the outside. And then as you go around it, you're going to see that there's a lot of white space in it. So that will be a good fill, meaning that it won't have that quote unquote seam line because it's already going to be filled in. Y'all see that? You see how that is? So that means we're going to get our continuous flow of our image without having to have a seam line. So if you're starting out with tumblers, try to start out with things that don't have a complete, like, colored all around. You have to get the whole wraparound image, and then you won't have that seam line, as you can see here. Another light. Let me cut this light off and see if that makes a difference. And not really make a difference, but trust me, y'all, there's a seam line right here that you can see. Let's go ahead and get you back bright. And now, I think we're good. Let's go ahead and try this out. We're going to go ahead and cut her on. Now, you only have two functions on this tumbler press. P1 is for your time, and P2 is for your temperature. So, they recommend, again, you do 180, and that's 180 at 340. It says 347 for aluminum cups, and this is an aluminum cup. So we're gonna do 347 for, what are we doing? We're doing 347 for 180 seconds, right? So that's 346. So 347 for 3 minutes. We're gonna flip it halfway through. So we're gonna set it for 180. We're gonna stop, rotate it, and then put it back to the next 180 to get. Excuse me. Let me slow down. We're gonna set it for 180. Once we get to 90, we're gonna stop. We're going to go ahead and repress it again for the other 90 to get our full 180. Makes sense, y'all, right? All right, so let's go. We're gonna cut her on, and she heats up fairly quickly. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and wrap my tumbler, and I'm gonna wrap it tight. So they say you should have a really tight. Your tumbler should your sublimation image should be wrapped really tight around your tumbler. So I'm gonna take out a couple of pieces and just have them ready for me to go. I mean, that was the easiest thing for me to do. I don't have to keep cutting this off. And here we go. All right, so let's go ahead and let's wrap it up. I'm gonna wrap it up now. And we're gonna make sure we take off our top. Our thing is not in here. And I'm gonna go ahead and close we're gonna go ahead and wrap this. So this is our middle, and we're gonna make sure it's tightly pressed. So again, this is what we're gonna go with here, and this has the most the freest white part. So let me make sure it's super duper tight before I put it on. And now we're gonna go ahead and tighten this up and use as much tape as you need because you want it to be really tight on here on your image. So let's go there. And I'm gonna use some more tape because that's not enough. I want it to be really, really tight. And now let's cut a couple more pieces. The pieces I had wasn't enough as usual. So let's go ahead and tighten this. Make sure this is really tight. And I'm gonna do it all the way down to the bottom. And now I'm just gonna fold this in because I want it tight. And we're gonna go ahead and cut on our press and set it. And see what happens. Here we go. Oh, it's not plugged in. Oh, there we go. So you're gonna set the first one you're gonna do is okay. That's your temperature. You're gonna set it to 347. So 347. I'll do 348. And then I'm gonna do P2 is my time. I'm doing 190 seconds. Again, we're gonna get to 180 seconds. We're gonna get to 90 seconds and we're gonna rotate it. So now here we go. We're going to 190 and we're gonna go okay. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put my tumbler in. I always put the seam first so I could see it while it heats up. And now I'm going to loosen it up because it's a little tight. You want it tight, but only when your cup is in there. So let's loosen this up, and you make sure you turn these at the same time. And now we click it, and now we're going to go ahead and tighten it up and wait for it to get to what we want. So let's see what happens. So let's go ahead and take this off. Let's see if it gave us a good transfer. It really did. I like it so far. Probably can't see it, but let's see. Take this tape off. There you go. Take this down the middle. And now let's unwrap it and see what it gives. Oh no. This looks good. Let's see. Take this on. Let's see. Why are you giving me so much trouble trying to take you off? All right, so here we go. And take that off. Now let's unwrap it. All right, so here we go. Let's just rip it off. Let's just peel it off this way. Oh, now this is nice. Look at that, y'all. Can you see it? Now this is what I mean. That it gives you the perfect. You see, it's seamless. You don't really see where it stops and it starts. This is what you want when you're first starting out with trying to do tumblers. This looks good. I don't have a problem with it. And whoever's going to get this is going to love it too. So with that being said, as always, I appreciate you for watching. Make sure to stick around. There's no ending. This is the end. So make sure you come back to see what's going down in the crafty closet. And as always, be well, my friends.